Hey guys, it's Jessi from Jessi's Library and welcome back to my channel. I am so excited for today's video. If you can't tell by the title, this is all going to be my Yallwest book haul, book signings, all of that good stuff. So I have just been holding on to these books and these titles and I've been trying not to share it, but it's just been eating at me, and so today I'm just, like I said, really excited to be sharing this video with you guys. If you guys missed my video that came out on Monday, I'll leave it linked below. It is the vlog kind of experience that I had at Yallwest. I definitely didn't film as much in the event as I thought I would or wanted to, but it proved to be a lot of lines. So there's, that makes for a pretty boring video. So I tried to just kind of skim through those important parts and all of that fun stuff and just kind of share a little bit of, the trip there, what we did, kind of the trip back, and just a quick little vlog. And I was actually pretty happy with the way it came out. I'm almost considering telling my husband to come next time just to be a dedicated video guy, because I think that could be really fun and an interesting take kind of on an outsider's perspective on the whole kind of thing. But yeah, so that's linked below if you guys want that. Otherwise, just to kind of briefly sum it up, we flew in on Thursday. We checked into our hotel, kind of got our bearings about the area, the location. We really lucked out with our hotel. It was right next to the high school, and it was at Santa Monica High School, which is where Yallwest is being held. And so we really lucked out. We thought it was a block or two away, and it was literally right next door. The hotel ended up being a great one because it was a couple blocks from the library, which is where the preview event on Friday was. It was 2 or 3 blocks or so from the pier and the beach, so it was very centralized, and it was just awesome. And then the rest of Thursday, we did go down to the pier. We hung out at the beach a little bit, had dinner at Bubba Gump's on the pier, and it was just, a nice relaxing day after a little bit of travel. Friday, we woke up, went to the beach. It was extremely windy, the whole Santa Anita winds thing. I watched about that in the holiday, and I was like, they can't be that bad. It is that bad. And we got sandburned, and it just wasn't very fun. So we ended up kind of roaming the pier and doing some people watching and just watching the ocean and hanging out. Then we had lunch on the pier. We went back to the room to get ready pretty early. We also tried to get a game plan for Saturday a little bit. And then once we were ready, we headed over to the preview event, which is at Santa Monica Library. And what they had is a bunch of authors that were signing. When we got there, you had to buy, you didn't really buy, they were free, but you had to register in advance to get wristbands. We stood in line forever to get wristbands. Once we got wristbanded, we were into the event, and it was an hour-and-a-half wait or something until all the signings took place. We just kind of hung out. Didn't really do a whole lot in that time span. And then once the signing started happening, luckily my mom was with me, so we were able to split up. I had 4 books that I wanted to get signed, and 2 of them were in different time frames, so I got those, and then she had the other 2 that ran the same time frames as mine. So it was really sweet of my mom to take my books, get them signed for me, and yeah, so I got those 4 signed. So I'll be sharing those with you guys shortly. But then heading into Saturday, we were there an hour early. We got a free book just for standing in line by this guy that had just self-published a book and was passing stuff out, and so that was really cool. And we didn't get let in until a little after 9. The doors were supposed to open at 9, and they were pulling a bunch of press people and stuff beforehand, and it was 9:20 before they ever even opened the gate. So by the time we had gotten in there, it was a little bit, and we had gotten in line, and I really, really had my hopes set on that Wonder Woman book, and sadly missed out. So it kind of threw the morning off. We were a little bit bummed. It was just packed. It was really crowded. It literally lines on lines, and it almost felt like an amusement park to me. So I really went in not truly knowing what to expect. I've heard a little bit of things, and apparently the overall consensus for this year was it was definitely busier than it was last year, and they had condensed it into 1 day instead of 2 days, so there was a lot of panels and signings and just a lot of stuff happening. It was a fun day though, and we got a lot of really great ARCs, so those are advanced reader copies if you guys are unfamiliar with that term. We met a lot of authors, got quite a few books signed, and I ran into one of my really great friends, Jasmine, who I've been friends with on Bookstagram for a little over a year, and it was just really awesome to meet her in person. So I'm just so thrilled that that happened and got us connected, and that we're close enough now that we can do some of these little bookish adventure type things. So that was really fun. I still feel like I'm on like a hangover from it or like a high from it because I keep going through my books. Like the second I got home, I unloaded everything. I was like off in the backyard, like having photo shoots with them. Like I was just so excited, and I still cannot decide like what I really want to read next. There are 2 that are coming out in May, so you'll probably see those on my TBR and me really raving about those ones. And the other ones aren't until like fallish, so those will kind of trickle out over a little bit of time. But I'm definitely excited to go again next year. I learned a lot from Jasmine going into this event, and I feel like now that I've had one of them under my belt, I learned a lot as well. So I feel like I can make a whole like what to expect, like especially at your first book festival, because I had no idea. Everyone thought we were pros, but it was all because Jasmine's advice. So thank you so much, Jasmine, for that. It was just, you know, just a big learning curve and just an awesome experience overall with the people and publishers and authors, and it was just a really good time. So like I said, I'm just looking forward to it. I'm waiting for them to like announce new dates because I already want to put it on my calendar and like just schedule it and plan for it. But so I know that was a lot, and I'm sorry if that was like a ton of information just thrown at you or not quite what you were expecting or you wanted to just jump into the video, but it's gonna happen. Here comes the haul. I'm so excited to share with you guys. Like really excited. All right, you guys. So the first, we'll say 3 books are all ones that I actually purchased at the event, and they have a little bookshop in there. So if you wanted to buy books before signings or whatnot, or they're like current and some past releases of some of the authors that are there. So it's really awesome that they have this like set up. And so we went into there. I was really excited because Tahar Mafi's Furthermore was in there. I have been wanting to grab this for a very long time and just haven't. So finally being able to pick that up and add it to my collection, then only to realize that her Shatter Me series just got another 3 books. So I'm just like over the moon and can't wait to dive in. I've heard really good things about it. And then the other one is Kirsten White's And I Darken, which has such a beautiful cover. I've had my eye on this one for a very long time as well. Really wanted it, so my mom and I bought this, so we'll be able to read this together, which is really cool. With a lot of the books that we picked up this weekend, we'll be able to read. So I'm pretty excited, and I might try to drag her in on some videos. If you guys like that idea, thumbs up it. Then the last one that we bought was Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. So this was one that I, again, had been wanting to purchase. I already owned Six of Crows and definitely needed it. And at this point in time, we were getting ready to wait in line to see if we were getting wristbands for Leigh Bardugo's signing. And so we figured we might as well just buy it so we could jump straight in line again. And so we did. We ended up buying it, and luckily we got the ticket, so that was really exciting, or the wristbands or whatever. But it was really, really exciting that we got that. It was a very long line, and holy cow, I'm not sure I would do that again because it was just ridiculously like long. I might just stick to the Friday events. But anyways, I was able to get Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdoms signed by Leigh Bardugo, so now I can just read through these, and I'm glad that I have the set because I didn't want to start book 1 without being able to dive into 2. So now that I have them, I can finally dive into it. I also won a copy of this from, I think, the Fierce Reads booth. They had like a scratch off. So I won an extra copy of this and was able to get it signed as well. So you guys will stay tuned because I'm going to have a sneak peek. Not a sneak peek, a giveaway of sorts if I don't end up gifting it away. So definitely stay tuned for that because that's pretty exciting. So those are all the books that I purchased. Now going into the books that I got signed, which I just talked about. I got Leigh Bardugo to sign these, so that was kind of a spoiler there. But going down the line, the ones that I got signed on Friday was Everything Everything by Nicola Yoon. So that was super sweet and super cute. She was so sweet, and I love her little signature. And she was a lot of fun to talk to, so I had a good time just kind of chatting with her about not only the book and how it was to work with her husband, but she had just gone to the premiere of her release of the movie, and then seeing like the credits. Her husband did all the like graphics in here, and so they were in the credits of the movie, so she was like, oh my gosh, like it was really cool, they had no idea. And then kind of chatting about like the process of her writing this and seeing it come to a movie, and she was just saying, you know, that there were so many tears shed, and it was just a happy, like, surreal moment. So she was just the sweetest person to talk to. Then The Maze Runner by James Dashner. I wasn't sure we could take multiple books, so I ended up just bringing the first book in the series, and this was it, and I got it signed. Actually, my mom got it signed for me, so thank you so much, Mom. And this was kind of funny. Apparently, she like froze when she got to the front of the line and just like chucked the book at him and said, "This is for my daughter," and he was like, "Okay, where is she at?" She's like, "Over there." And I was in line for Nicola Yoon, so it was just kind of funny, like, little story, and my mom was like, "You already think I'm weird?" And then we were like trying to pose with photos like off to the side, and so yeah, it was kind of funny. A funny story there. Then I got to meet and talk with Alexander Bracken. I only have Wayfarer, actually. I got this sent to me by Orange PR, and I don't own the first one yet, and I should have bought it and taken it, and I totally didn't. But I ended up getting this one signed at the event. They only had the paperback, and I want the matching hardcover, so I didn't get it there. But she signed it, and she was really sweet as well, and we got to laugh about like Golden Girls, like the TV show, and it was just a lot of fun. She's very, very cool. And then my mom got Divergent signed for me by Veronica Roth, and so those are the books that I got signed. I'm like really thrilled about it and just happy that a lot of these authors that I love to read were all there. All right, so the part that you guys have like totally been waiting for this whole video, and I know I've been dragging you guys on, and I'm so sorry, but I wanted to save the best for last, and it's going to be all the art copies that I received and what publishers were there that give it to us. And then somewhere down the line, I'll probably try to insert like a little like other goodies that we got, like all the pins and bookmarks and stickers and samplers and just all that other good stuff, tote bags and stuff. Like I'll kind of leave like a little blip towards the end so you guys can check that out and see if you guys like it. But you guys, seriously, this event was so awesome. And I'm like addicted to these book festivals, and I want to go to all of them now, and I wish I could go to BEA and BookCon, but that's not happening this year, so maybe next year. There's also Yallfest, which we heard was really good, by a girl that was in front of us in one of the lines, but definitely Yallwest is the closest one. Definitely interested in checking out the LA Times Book Festival or whatever that is, because I've heard from at least Jasmine that that's a pretty good one to go to as well. So if you guys are always in the area or anywhere near that area, or you know of a good book festival, comment below and let me know. Maybe we could do a meetup one of these times, because it was so great meeting a bunch of people there. All right, you guys, so I don't know a lot about these books, so I'm not even going to try to tell you what they're about or kind of dive into them. I don't want to read the synopsis. This video is already probably going to be pretty long as is, but I'm just going to kind of go through it. And if you guys want more information, I'll have links below to the books. Hopefully they're all available somewhere online for you guys, or if you guys want something more in depth, just let me know. I can definitely put the synopsis in the back of the books on my Bookstagram, so if you guys want, I can throw that in the story so you guys can check it out. Otherwise, I'll give you guys what I know, but I don't know a lot. I was just pretty excited about some of these because they either have beautiful covers or people at the event were telling us about them, and so yeah. Echo Island by Edward Carlo is the first book that I received that day. It was released. This is the one I told you we got while we were standing in line. It was self-published, and the guy was like handing out free like Kindle downloads, and then after he'd given it to me, he took a step to like the next person and was like, "Oh, by the way, I have some paperbacks." And I was like, "Oh, hey, yeah. I love paperbacks." So I traded in the Amazon one and went ahead and got this, and I'm so thrilled. I started it on the way home and read it in 2 sittings. It's pretty short, and I actually really enjoyed it. It was pretty great. It's about this girl who is 15 years old, and she goes to this little island called Echo Island, and she's a very like environmentalist type. And so she's there to protect the island, and she's trying to figure out how she feels about this local boy, Max, and trying to stay alive. She gets involved in like this little scheme going on, and it just sounded really great, and it was way better. It totally blew my expectations out of the water for it, and I just really ended up loving it. So I ended up giving this one 4 stars, and if you guys are interested in a full review, let me know, and I will get it for you guys. Then, the next one, I loved We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. So the second I saw that, oh gosh, it was First in Line's booth. that had like a wall of lies, and you had to wait in line, write a lie on their board, kind of like, you know, the whole We Were Liars kind of worked, and then you got the art copy if you were, you know, first 100 or whatever it is, and we were like second in line. I was so excited for this one, and we ended up getting it. So it is called Genuine Fraud. This one comes out September 2017. Again, I really don't know much about it, but it's E. Lockhart. I loved her first book, so I'm just waiting to just dive into this. It is also pretty short, so it'll be a really quick read. Woo, this video is getting me. Also from the first in-line booth, I got Satellite by Nick Lake. So this comes out October of 2017. This is the book that we got to pick up off their booth when we realized that they were out of all the Wonder Woman tickets or books and whatnot, and so ended up picking up this one. Again, have no idea, but I was really drawn to the cover. If you guys don't know this by now, I am such a sucker for a beautiful cover. If it grabs me, then I always want to pick it up and read, and then if the book still interests me, great. This is the only one on the table at the time that I was like so in love with, so I decided to grab it. I also haven't read anything regarding space or sci-fi in a while, since like The Fifth Wave and The Martian, so I felt like this was a good grab. I don't think oh yes I did, okay, never mind. Then I went over to, I think it was the I Read YA booth, and they were giving away the art copies for No Good Deed, which comes out May 30th, and this is by Goldie Moldavsky, and I'm super excited about this one. If you guys watched my grassroots book haul from a little bit ago, you'll know that I picked up Kill the Boy Band. Still haven't read it, but I do know a few people that enjoyed it, and so this is her new book that is getting ready to come out, and I just was really excited about it. Again, it has a gorgeous cover. Love the colors. It's got some cool textures and stuff going on as well, so I'm just really looking forward to diving into it. I just really like, I don't know, I think that her books just are very intriguing with the titles and everything, so like I said, I've heard good things, but we'll kind of see. But May 30th. Then at the Penguin booth, Penguin Teen booth, my mom actually stood in line while I was like trying to figure out what was going on with the whole like Genuine Fraud, like Wall of Lies thing, and then we were able to jump back in and grab Things I'm Seeing Without You by Peter Bagnani, I think. I'm so sorry if I butchered that. This comes out in September of 2017, and I really, you know, I was not sure what this was about. I think it does have a gorgeous cover, and then when I started reading the back, it's about the 17-year-old girl who, I don't know if she's like in love with this boy or he's her friend or what happens, but there's like a suicide that they didn't see coming. So I think this is going to be a rough one to read, very emotional and heavy possibly. A lot of triggering points, but I think it's going to be like super good. So I'm looking forward to it. Then we go over, oh my gosh, okay, so the Riveted booth was killing it. I literally could have stood in their line all day. They had incredible books, just one after the other, and they literally almost ran it every half hour, if not every hour. So there was a ton of books happening and things going on, and Matt, if you ever see this, you were so sweet under all that madness that was happening. You greeted everybody with a smile, and you were so pleasant, so I just really appreciate your cool and your calm and your like smiles during all the madness. It definitely made our wait that much better. But I picked up, let's see, four books from their booth. I'm really excited about these. The first one is When Dimple Met Rishi by Sandhya Menon. I'm not sure. I really apologize if I just butchered that. And we got to meet her. She was like a surprise, like, there, like we were standing in line, and they were like, we're only giving out 65 copies. We were like, oh, that's a shock, like the other ones are usually more. And then we noticed the line was moving pretty slow, not like incredibly slow, but it wasn't moving as quickly as the others. And then we realized that the author was up there, and so we got it autographed, and she was also so incredibly sweet, and I've been able to connect with her on Instagram since then, and she's just the sweetest. I can't wait to like follow her more, and there's like peaks of like other work coming, and I just heard nothing but raving reviews about this on Instagram. So this was one book that was highly anticipated that I really wanted to grab, and I'm so glad I did. I heard it's cute and it's just like adorable, and so I can't wait to get into it. It does have some diversity. I know it deals with like the Indian American kind of subculture and how they like arranged marriages and stuff, and so it just sounds awesome. This comes out May 30th as well, so I'm definitely excited to dive into it. I think this is going to be my next read, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. So definitely check that out. Then I have The Nowhere Girls by Amy Reed. This one comes out in October. This is saying roughly 10/10/2017. Again, I don't know anything about this. Loved the cover, and I've seen blips of it come across their feed as well. And gosh, now I really can't think of her name, but they have somebody that works in their marketing department that raved about this too. So I was really excited to grab this. Same lady, still can't remember her name. I so apologize. But was raving about An Enchantment of Ravens by Margaret Rogerson. And this one, she was kind of mentioning it like has some romance and it has like some fantasy. And so I'm just pretty excited about this. It seems like it could be a little bit darker as well. Yeah, I just don't know. But it is really, really pretty, you guys. Like, I'm really looking forward to this. I've been missing a lot of YA lately, and this is totally doing it for me. The last one from the Riveted booth is The Mortal Coil by Emily Suveda. And again, I'm not gonna lie, I wanted it for the cover. And it's got like such a cool like texture that it literally like feels like this is like you can feel the powder exploding. Like, it's so cool. And the back, I might have to insert like a closer clip, but it has like these like weird like coatings. And then like in between it says, if you're reading this, it means that I am dead. Have completed this Hydra vaccine, our last chance at survival, blah, blah, blah. This comes out November 2017, and it just sounds friggin' incredible. Like, I don't know, some kind of like sci-fi or like apocalyptic or post-apocalyptic kind of thing. So I really think I'm gonna enjoy this one. Again, it's super gorgeous, and I can't wait. So there's that. Then the last booth that we visited was the lovely HMH Teen. And sweet Tara, thank you so much for being kind and sweet always on Instagram. And I finally got to meet you in real life, and it was such a pleasure. And you raved about Your One and Only by Adrian Finley. So I'm so excited to have this in my hands, and I can't wait to dive into it. This is February 2018, so we definitely have a little while for this one. But again, I know I'm not waiting until then to rave about this and talk about it. It has a pretty cool cover. It says, there is nothing more human than love. So this is saying that it is a gripping and moving story of discovering what sets you apart and then fighting to protect it. So sounds awesome. And since then have connected with Tara as well, and she said this was definitely a great grab. So I'm so excited to have it. And I just think all of these reads really are just like got me over the moon. I'm so excited. Everything else is definitely getting pushed to the back of my list because all of these books are going to the top of my TBR. Like, I'm just so excited for them. So my next video, I will have my May TBR. It's going to be a little bit of these books and then a couple others that I have to read and review as well. So definitely stay tuned for that. It's coming out on Friday. And thank you guys so much for sticking around. I know this video was probably a little bit lengthy, but I really appreciate it. And I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on this haul. So definitely comment below and let me know, and I will see you guys on Friday. Bye, you guys.